Alright guys, when starting in Act 2, you will face the Ascension Trials. These are sacred tests designed to challenge your resolve and skill. These trials are the gateway to unparalleled power, unlocking your Ascendancy class and reshaping the destiny of your character. Each class has access to 3 distinct Ascendancy paths, but during early access, only 2 will be available per class. These Ascendancies are far more than mere upgrades. They are transformative forces that redefine your build, empowering you to wield abilities beyond your imagination. The choices you make here will echo throughout every battle, so choose wisely, for your Ascendancy will forever mark your legacy. Now, as a sorceress, you might harness the fury of the elements as a Storm Weaver, conjuring the devastating storms with every critical hit. With abilities like Tempest Caller and Strike Twice, you can rain destruction upon your enemies, stacking elemental shock to amplify your damage. Push further, and every type of damage you deal can trigger these electrifying effects, turning your arsenal into an unrelenting tempest. Alternatively, you could embrace mastery over time as a chronomancer, bending reality to your will. With abilities like Time Freeze, you can halt the battlefield, leaving enemies defenseless, reset your position, life, and mana with Temporal Rift, or unleash a flurry of spells with Time Snap, erasing cooldowns in an instant. As a chronomancer, time itself becomes your greatest weapon. The warrior walks a path of strength with 2 powerful ascendancies, the Warbringer and the Titan. As a Warbringer, you wield the might of your ancestors, summoning spectral allies with Answered Call and encasing yourself in unbreakable defenses with the Jade Heritage. Turn your enemies' corpses into explosive weapons with Warcaller's Bellow and unleash unbridled fury through endless war cries. The Titan, on the other hand, embodies raw power and earth-shaking might with Earthbreaker. Every slam creates devastating aftershocks with crushing impacts. Your blows stun and obliterate your foes, taking advantage of their helplessness with surprising strength, delivering unstoppable damage that reshapes the battlefield itself. The Ranger excels in precision and versatility, with paths leading to the Deadeye or the Pathfinder. As a Deadeye, every shot is a masterpiece of accuracy and style. Fire additional projectiles with endless munitions, gain unstoppable momentum with Gathering Winds, and achieve perfect accuracy with Eagle Eyes, ensuring no target escapes your wrath. Alternatively, as a Pathfinder, master the art of flasks and toxins, throwing devastating concoctions that poison, bleed, or electrify your enemies. Spread destruction with contagious contamination, double the venom with overwhelming toxicity, and move unhindered with running assault. The Pathfinder easily dances through the battlefield as an untouchable harbinger of death. The Witch's Ascendancy paths, the Infernalist and the Blood Mage, allow her to dominate through fire and life force. As an Infernalist, summon a loyal Hellhound to fight by your side, igniting enemies and absorbing damage. With Pyromatic Pact, convert mana into Infernal Flame, building immense power while risking self-immolation, or embrace Demonic Transformation, sacrificing health to unleash overwhelming speed and destruction. The Blood Mage takes a darker route, converting life into mana for powerful spells, kill enemies to reclaim vitality with life remnants, and wield devastating critical strikes with Gore Spike. The Blood Mage is a master of sacrifice, wielding unparalleled life energy to annihilate its foes. Monks are masters of harmony and balance. They wield the power of the elements or embrace the dark void. A monk attuned to the forces of nature may rise as an invoker, shaping the battlefield with elemental dominance. With elemental expression, every critical strike releases a wave of power, overwhelming enemies with raw elemental fury. Choose your path. Specialize in cold with I Am the Blizzard, or command lightning with I Am the Thunder. And when the storm rages within you, unleash your full potential with I Shall Rage, transforming into an unbound avatar, an unstoppable force of devastation, spreading elemental ailments with every blow. For those who dare to tread into the shadows, there lies a darker path. As an acolyte of Chayula, you exchange mastery of spirit for the power of darkness, a resource that absorbs and retaliates against your enemies. Shrouded in darkness, you are impervious to harm, protected by the Shroud of Darkness. With the grasp of the void, channel this dark energy into chaos damage, devastating all those who oppose you. Or you can strengthen your defenses with Dark Pact, granting incredible resistance to chaos damage while converting mana and energy shield into unrelenting power. You can even push further into the abyss with Waking Dream, a gateway to the Breached Demon's domain, where you gain life, mana, and devastating power from the flames of Chayula. Mercenaries bound to duty and driven by purpose are tasked with choosing their ultimate path. As a witch hunter, you become a hunter of the arcane, using obsessive rituals to create a sorcery ward that shields you from elemental strikes, though at the cost of physical defense. Strike with zealous inquisition, causing enemies to explode on death with doubled effectiveness against demons and the undead. Dominate the battlefield with judge, jury, and executioner, where your initial strikes can deal up to 30% of an enemy's life in damage, perfect for slaying powerful bosses. And with the Witch's Bane, you can break your enemy's concentration, silencing their spells and leaving them vulnerable. Or perhaps you will transform into a Gemling Legionnaire, embedding the power of the gems into your very flesh. With integrated efficiency, gain extra skill shots, while thaumaturgical infusion increases your maximum resistances with each socketed gem. Adaptive capability allows you to use any gem color regardless of attributes, while crystalline potential enhances the quality of every gem, turning you into a living weapon of precision and power. These Ascendancy paths represent only the beginning in Path of Exile 2. The journey to Ascension begins with determination. Prove yourself in trials, dominate the battlefield, and choose your destiny. Will you rise as a master of the elements, embrace the shadows, or command your enemies with precision and power? The path is yours to walk. Choose wisely. Now, when it does come to gaining access to your secondary classes in Path of Exile 2, you first do have to complete the Trials of Ascension. Now, there's many things to go over and cover with the Trials of Ascension, but I will leave it to the dev team here to give you guys the best example of how the Trials of Ascensions work.
Ascension in Path of Exile 2 requires completion of one of the Great Trials, which you'll find as you progress through the campaign. Each one is associated with one of the major cultures of Wraeclast. Located in the Vasteri Plains are the Maraketh, a culture of rich tales and brutal traditions, who must do whatever it takes to survive in the desert. The highest position in Maraketh culture is a sekhema, and it is not a title given freely. All aspirants must complete the Trial of the Sekhemas, a grueling gauntlet that will test their strength, will, cunning, and patience. To enter, a warrior of the Maraketh must prove their worth by trapping the soul of a djinn in a coin, and you are no different. Once you have earned your coin, it may be placed on the relic altar to begin the trial. In the Trial of the Sekhemas, each room has its own challenges to overcome. In this room, each rare monster you kill will send its blood to the chalice in the center of the room. Once the chalice is filled, you will be able to proceed. While fighting monsters in the trial, you will need to be very careful. Each hit will not only hurt you, but will damage your honor. The monsters are well telegraphed, so that you can avoid their attacks, but if you run out of honor, you will fail the trial and need to find another coin in order to try again. It is a good idea to make sure that you are well prepared before challenging the Trial of the Sekhemas. After each room, you will be rewarded. In this case, you have been given a key that can be used to unlock chests later in the trial. Once you have claimed your reward, you will be shown a map of the rest of the floor and may choose how you wish to proceed. Which challenges would you like to face, and which rewards do you want to claim? Some rooms are more dangerous, afflicting you with debuffs that will persist for the entire trial. For example, entering this room will afflict you with Spiked Shell that will cause all monsters in the rest of the trial to have 50% increased life. You will want to take care if you choose such a path. There are many different challenges and rewards as you journey through the trial. Deadly traps, waves of monsters, and strange artifacts will test your honor. As you progress, you'll be able to gain boons from the djinn, which will help you on your journey. For example, the Sekhema's cloak will revive you once if you die, giving you a second shot at a run. One of the rewards you may find is Sacred Water, an extremely valuable and treasured resource to the djinn and the Maraketh. Trading it with the djinn will allow you to receive many benefits. You can recover honor, gain additional boons, or remove afflictions. At the end of the floor, you'll find a powerful boss which will truly test your limitations. In order to ascend, you will need to defeat him. Having defeated the boss, you've earned the right to ascend. But first, the loot. The keys you have found may be used to open the various treasures in the vault at the end of the floor. We only have a single bronze key, so we'll just have to open one of these small chests. If you want to open the better ones, you'll need silver or gold keys. Let's use the Altar of Ascendancy. Your first ascension will allow you to pick your class and grant you 2 points to use in the tree. Now there are more floors and many more rewards that can be found within the Trial of the Sekhemas, but we'll save that for the section on the endgame. For now, let's talk about the second Ascendancy trial, the Trial of Chaos. In Path of Exile 2, you can choose whichever trial you like to earn your ascension. Each culture on Wraeclast had their own methods to ascend. If the Trial of the Sekhemas is not your kind of playstyle, or you're finding it too difficult, you could try another. You can gain all your ascension points from just one, or mix and match them. It's up to you. For early access, we will have 2 trials as options, with a 3rd trial coming later for the full release. While exploring the Vaal jungle, you'll discover the Temple of Chaos. Before the Vaal embraced the science of corruption, their civilization worshipped chaos. This ancient trial was once used by the Vaal to test their high priests. A high priest of the Vaal must show willingness to risk everything to gain power. Entry to the trial requires a token from a strange entity known only as the Trial Master. For those in which he sees potential, he shall inscribe an ultimatum. Many have attempted these trials in search of greatness. Most have perished. Will you be able to defy the odds? Before you begin each chamber, the Trial Master will offer you a reward and a choice. Choose one of 3 tribulations to affect you through the rest of the trial. These modifiers might beef up the monsters, curse the player, or add environmental hazards like turrets or trap runes. In this case, we will be picking shocking turrets. As you enter the room, the Trial Master will fill it with hazards to test your commitment. In this case, you must destroy all the monsters that fill the room, while dealing with the lightning projectiles from the shocking turrets. After each room, you will need to make a choice. Take the rewards you have earned so far, or go double or nothing. Increase your rewards, but take on more risk. Each tribulation you add is minor on its own, but they quickly stack on top of each other and can become overwhelming. There are many types of chambers in the trial. Each will test your resolve in different ways. This one simply requires you survive for a certain amount of time. Another requires you to escort the stone idol through the level as elevators full of monsters descend to attack you. Should you be able to get through the first 3 chambers, you will face your first boss. The order of the bosses is random, and combined with the tribulations you have selected, the fight will never feel the same. After defeating the boss, you may claim your rewards. Of course there are the items, but you also gain the right to ascend. If you already did the Trial of the Sekhemas, then you can claim 2 more points to add to your Ascendancy class. Now it's possible to go much deeper. There are more bosses, rewards, and risks to take.
I hope you guys did find this video informational. Please do like and subscribe, and do remember, you guys, that it is almost December 6th and Path of Exile 2 is almost here. God bless, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.